As the heat and humidity of the day built, the beach was calling. The beaches, marshes, and intracoastal waterways reminded me so much of the South Shore of Long Island. That flat, flood-prone area is always one strong storm away from full inundation. By comparison, the Carolina Lowcountry is even flatter. At some points while driving, the water somehow creates an optical illusion and seems higher than the land. With no dunes to speak of, the flat land continues directly from the sea pine and live oak forest into marshland or a very flat, powdery soft sand beach. After the gated perfection of sea pines, we endeavored to visit the beach where the locals go. This beach was different because it was set in front of marshland and therefore set back from any hotels, condo blocks, or luxurious beach homes. We could stay in this spot all day, enjoying the respite from the crowds of tourists on the southern end of the island. But and however, a gorgeous sunset waits for us, and we walk back on a tiny causeway through the marsh. The marshes are beautiful, but also contain alligators, leeches, and disease-carrying mosquitoes. The verdant beauty of the marsh also has an ominous message of danger. You would easily disappear with absolutely no trace when this highly efficient biological waste disposal system takes hold of you. We take it for granted in so many parts of the country that there aren't alligators or crocodiles in our waterways. As the sun descended on the horizon, we headed to Harbor Town Lighthouse to watch the sun set over Defusky Island. Without a bridge to the mainland and only a few paved roads, Defusky Island has been preserved in time. Sitting here and watching the boats come in and out of the marina, our sunset is at high tide today. The tide rises higher and higher until no semblance of beach or marsh is left within our sight lines. The water laps on the underside of the floorboards and soon will be submerged. It truly felt like we were tempting fate, but I figured that the legs of the tripod wouldn't be damaged by the water, and the worst case scenario of wading back in a few inches of water was hardly unpleasant. But as on so many glorious coastal days, the tide holds back from the brink, and all is well. After all, high tide is only one moment in time in an otherwise perfect day by the sea. The cool breezes coming off the water are a tonic for the day's muggy heat. Such a contrast to California, with our velvety bone-dry air and lean, salad-eating demigods. At midday, the humid heat felt thick and impenetrable. Here, even supposedly light and healthy food contained fried food somehow. As satisfying and delicious as it was, my body felt heavy and weighted down after a few days. My spare tire quickly reemerged. Earlier in the day, sitting in an idyllic waterfront tourist cafe, I imagined a vision of myself if I lived there, red-faced and at least 30 pounds heavier. You can't overestimate how much influence our environment holds over us. When I waddled my love handles back towards land, the humidity and heat hit me instantly. It's been a lovely, muggy, and buggy day on Hilton Head Island. This beautiful place offers so much, but in many ways it feels like a northern colony in the south. Despite the prevailing architecture, giving a nod to southern styles, there seems to be a dearth of southern influence. Perhaps simply because Hilton Head Island is a resort city that was built centuries after other settlements like Savannah and Charleston. I'm yearning to experience and be immersed in the South, to have an experience that I can't have anywhere else but the Carolina Lowcountry.